Hi, welcome to today's podcast. I want to thank you for being a part of this. I believe you've been blessed so far by the Influence of the Spirit podcast. So, this is one thing we would need from you, all right? Would like to know what you think. How have the podcast been? What would you want? What do you want to see? Do you want us to make it a bit longer? Is it easy for you to share? What are your friends saying about it? Just, let us know in the comment section below. You could send us an email also at lanryonosioministry01@gmail.com. Just let's know what you think. We'd like to hear from you because we're here to serve you better. Thank you once again, and thank you. We appreciate this. So today we'll be continuing what we said the last time about the permanent address of God's permanent address. I believe you've been thinking about it, right? So where does God dwell? You are a temple. Now, if you remember the Ark of the Covenant in the Old Testament, what does the Ark represent? The presence of God. Uzzah touched the Ark and then he was struck dead. Many comments about that, but basically God had said that the Ark should not be carried on ox, the Ark should be held by priests. So the Ark was sensitive, the Ark was precious, the Ark had protocol, all right? But you realize something interesting. The Ark spent 3 months in the house of Obed-Edom, and then Obed-Edom prospered. Whoa. Same Ark was in the temple of Dagon, and the statue of Dagon broke. So God's presence, because nothing made the Ark special but the presence of God. That same presence, that presence that the average Jew could not approach, that presence the average Jew revered. Remember when God spoke to them in the wilderness and he said, Moses, we don't want to hear him again. You go, you talk to him. When you talk to him, then you come back, talk to us. That's how most of we children of God behave. We tell people, you hear from God and then, come and tell me what God is saying. But God says, no, every child of God, every person born of the Spirit, every person who's confessed Jesus as Lord of his life or her life, God moves into you by his Spirit. God tabernacles into you. You become God's own dwelling place. God lives in you. Last episode, we read 1 Corinthians 3:16 Amplified that said, you are God's permanent dwelling place. All right, so today I want to read to you 1 Corinthians 6 now and 19. It says, don't you know, Amplified, that your body is a temple, the very sanctuary of the Holy Spirit who lives within you, whom you have received as a gift from God. You're not your own. Your body is the temple. In parentheses now, the very sanctuary. I know some of us might travel over to Jerusalem and say, I just want to touch the Wailing Wall. Oh, if Jesus were here, he won't go to the temple. He won't look for anything in Jerusalem. Why? Because not in Jerusalem, no more on the mountain, John 4, but in the Spirit. So he's moved into you. You are, oh my goodness. When you wake up every day and then you sing to God, something's going on in that temple. When you meditate on God's word, something goes on in the temple. When you just think about his goodness, something goes on in that temple. You are God's permanent address. Great names like John G. Lake, Smith Wigglesworth, men who have walked this earth, they walked with the revelation of God is in them. Don't forget, greater is he that is in you. He lives permanently within you. See you in the next episode. Bye.